Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is a podcast from Minute Media.
Warning, the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, kiddies. This is yours duly, John Kassir, the voice of The Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Slasher Radio.
Welcome to Slasher Radio with your host, Mikey Bonez, that is me, and Captain Valor and Rob Humphrey. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, shit. Man, why is horror slow down this time of year? Every fucking year.
I don't know. I mean, we get some Christmas horror be coming out, right?
We haven't had that. That's kind of new that we've had a bunch.
Yeah. The Mean one, I think, came out.
Yes.
Oh, is it out already?
I think so. It's not playing anywhere by me, though.
We will be getting to that in the news. So,
Okay.
I think we. No, we're not.
Oh, well, I haven't seen it because it's not playing anywhere near me. So, but I think it comes to streaming fairly soon too.
That's good.
I feel like everything should go direct to streaming too. Yes, no. What are your thoughts?
No,
That'd be nice, honestly.
It would be.
I like going to the movies too much.
I know you do, but that's never gonna go away. You know?
I don't know. I think it might.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the Mean one's in theaters now, and then it comes to streaming. Oh, this is one of those bullshit articles. It's not a real article. It's like I can't find it. It comes to streaming at some point.
Fair enough.
I think it's fairly soon, but I don't know when.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like even just like looking for news for the news segment, like it's it's slow.
Well, stuff slows down this time of year.
That's what I'm saying. It sucks.
I mean, just everything does.
You get that big fix from Halloween, like where everybody's doing everything, and then it's just like I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been kind of grateful for the break, and I don't even really feel like I'm having that much of one because stuff is still hitting Shudder. I still feel like I'm behind.
I'm way behind on a lot of stuff.
And also, I just finally made it out to see the menu, and now I've got. Do I need to see Bones and All? Is it a horror movie?
I don't know, man. I haven't
It's
seen it.
listed as a romance at my local theater.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good. But it looks Twilight to me.
It looks really dumb, and I
Yeah.
don't want to go, but like, what if this ends up being like the best movie of the year, and then I didn't see it, and
Yeah, I haven't seen it either,
Oof.
Damn.
but I have heard good things about it. But yeah, so this time of year is like good for catching up on old shit that I missed throughout the year. But yeah, I don't know, because we'll get a string of Christmas horror movies, and then that'll be it.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I'm grateful that some of the Christmas stuff I'm grateful for.
Most Christmas horror is pretty bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Can I call a horror court? Speaking of Christmas horror, I was thinking about doing this as a Patreon episode, but I don't think we'll have time before Christmas. And also, I want more people to hear it. I want everybody to be mad with me. I found a list today of Christmas horror movies. It's one of those Rotten Tomato lists. They're the ones being horror courted. I'm very frustrated. Let me see if I can pull it up. The important thing to know, the point of order, because we don't have to go through the whole list on the show. Black Christmas was number 19 on the list. It was rated from best to worst, and Black Christmas came in, the original Black Christmas, 74 Black Christmas, came in 19th on the list.
What?
Really?
Which just, like, it broke me a little bit. And there was some stuff on there that I was like, I was reading down from top to bottom, so I was seeing the higher rated stuff first, and there was stuff on there that I was like really happy to see. Not figuring out that Black Christmas had not shown up yet,
Yeah.
Like Anna and the Apocalypse was on there, and I was like, yes, and Inside was on there, and I thought it was very funny that people are watching Inside at Christmas, even though technically it is a Christmas movie. And I was glad to see it on there. I was glad to see Better Watch Out, but then I got further down the list, and it's like, oh god damn it. Like, what the fuck?
If Black Christmas isn't number 1 on that list is wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's arguably one of the greatest horror movies of all time, period. Arguably. It's up there.
But according to this list...
Right, to narrow it to just Christmas on top of that. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
And it was one of those lists also where it was like... it was just based off of ratings. So it wasn't even like... we as a society have failed somewhere.
Yeah, but they need to specify that. Like, that's not like they make it like it was curated and thought about and, all that. No, you just had a spreadsheet, Rob, and, narrowed down numbers and got your list. Like, come on. I don't like that average crap.
Yeah. I think the people at Rotten Tomatoes are not movie people. They're just numbers nerds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. It's 28 or no, what? The link description is different than the article title. It is 37 Christmas horror movies ranked worst to best. It is just based off of the tomato meter, and there was it pissed me off to no end because I had been really excited, and then when I didn't see it at number 1, I just didn't even think about it. I figured like it was too good. Like, it disqualified itself. It was like 37 movies to watch after Black Christmas, right? Like,
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that there were 18 things rated higher. It says that it's got a 71% on the tomato meter, 75% audience score.
Which is ridiculous.
That is just insane to me.
That's crazy. It ages so well.
But those scores factor in people who don't like horror. You know what I mean? So, like, if you don't like horror, you're not going to like Black Christmas. And so you're going to give it a bad... Yeah, no. Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit. Fuck them.
They shouldn't be
I'm
allowed
mad.
to do lists.
And I feel bad because, like, I was so into this list before I saw that. It had Advent Calendar on it at number 11. That's one of those that I'm always defending, and it's like, it's very validating. And then it's like, no, we have to throw the whole list away.
What was
like,
number
it's just
one?
gotta get out of here.
Krampus?
No.
Be nice to Krampus.
You're gonna be really mad.
Is it Black Christmas 2019?
Not that mad. It is The Nightmare Before Christmas at 95%. It's not even a Christmas movie. It is a Halloween movie, regardless of what the title is.
It's not even a movie. It's a cartoon.
Be nice to... Come on.
Gremlins was number 3.
All right.
Or number 4, I guess.
But those are family movies. So yeah, that's all numbers. God damn them. Why do they do that?
I mean, I'm not mad at Gremlins being that high, but...
No.
But above Black Christmas?
Well, that's the crime, right?
Yeah.
I don't care how cute and cuddly Gizmo is.
And then, like, there was some stuff on here that would... I know it's best to worst, but there were a couple things on here where it's like, did we even really need this on here? The other thing that made me really mad, and I know that no one else is going... Well, obviously, it made me mad. 36 out of 37 was my all-time favorite movie, Jack Frost. With 6% on the tomato meter.
That's a good movie.
That was very frustrating. 6%, guys.
Wow.
There's only one below it, The Dorm That Dripped Blood, which I had never heard of, and
I've never even heard of that.
After this.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's see if I can find that streaming somewhere.
The thing that pissed me off genuinely the most after 74 Black Christmas being so low is that the 2019 Black Christmas came in for 30 above the 2006 Black Christmas at 34, which just does not seem right to me.
That's so stupid.
I don't like it. They shouldn't call them lists. They should call them charts.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's
At
what
least
they
this
are.
one, I will say, in defense of this one, the other one was like the scariest. It was called the scariest, and it was just based off of ratings. This one says worst to best, and it does rank it like it does. It's very explicit in here that it's like based off of ranking, which the other one kind of made it sound like they were just looking at how scary it was, and then it was based off of ranking, which I think was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
This one at least is upfront about what it's doing. It's like, you know.
But
bad
still.
news, guys. The Dorm That Drips Blood is not streaming anywhere.
No.
I know.
Damn it.
How will you go on?
I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to watch it. I guess I'll just have to watch Where Dear.
Can you imagine thinking that Jack Frost was a worse movie than 2019 Black Christmas?
No. No. Jack Frost is amazing.
Furious about this.
I wouldn't call it amazing.
It's an amazing movie. We got to do the sequel.
No, we don't.
They go to Hawaii.
They go to Hawaii, Mikey. It's a killer snowman in Hawaii.
It's a
amazing.
shark movie.
It's amazing.
Come on. Why do you guys like these things? You know, when I tell people some of the shit that you make me watch, they can't believe it. I have a friend of mine who thinks I make up movies that you guys tell me to watch. No bullshit.
You'd be raking in the cash if you came up with some of these movies.
Yeah. Imagine how much money you would have made if you come up with Jack Frost in Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm missing out on those big bucks from Santa Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Probably did make some pretty decent money too, by the way.
But yeah, everyone that votes on Rotten Tomatoes, be ashamed of yourselves. Like,
yeah, because we
especially
are
the critics. Yeah, this is unacceptable. Rotten Tomatoes, you're not off the hook until you hire me to come in and fix your rankings. This is...
That would be pretty sweet. Although, then we would have to have segments bitching about cats ranking the things. So, have a whole Patreon show shitting on one cat's list.
I would have gotten the number 2 spots right. Jack Frost and Black Christmas.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, guys. Let's do some drink roll call before we get into the news and we talk about our movie pick. This is kind of a big deal. This episode. This has been talked about for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going down. Like, you guys have been. I described this to a friend of mine when we were talking about Hereditary. I said, I'm probably going to listen to Kat and Rob argue for a good portion of this episode. And I'm here for it. I can't wait.
We'll see.
Yeah, my first watch of Hereditary. You guys' long-awaited bout over Hereditary. This episode's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But drink roll call. Who wants to go first?
I'm still gagging down Bud Light. So.
Yeah.
You find a liquor store yet?
No. I still got Bud Light left from last week. I'm trying to get through. But no, I have not found. I've not seen one liquor store. I had to Google that shit.
And what happened? You gonna go? You didn't go to it?
Well, yeah. When I run out of Bud Light.
Oh, sorry. All right. I am drinking Sunny D and vodka.
All right.
I swear to God, I tweeted a picture of it.
All right, that's fine.
I don't think the problem was that he didn't believe you.
Yeah. I believe you.
But what's wrong with Sunny? Why do you shit on Sunny D?
Because it's a child's drink, Mikey.
It is a good drink.
It's a child's drink.
It's
just
fun
drink orange juice like a real man.
But it's fun orange juice. I'll die on this hill. I hope Domi's with me inside. I gotta ask Domi, reach out and let us know your thoughts on Sunny D.
I don't understand you.
Kat, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Chianti that might or might not be expired.
Oh.
With liver and fava beans?
Yeah.
I've never had Chianti. Is it good?
I would not judge it based off of what I'm having tonight because it might or might not. So my mom went to the liquor store like out in Cleveland, and they were closing, and one of the things is that they had like a sale on all of the like weird stuff that was just left over that's been in the back forever. So she comes home with this bottle of wine, and I have it open, and she's like, anyway, it might be expired, and it's like, oh no. So do I drink it or?
You gotta drink it.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
It has like if I end up, dying at the end of this episode, we're gonna know what killed me. It was the wine, but it tastes okay.
So we'll check your pulse as we end towards the episode. Let's monitor this thing going forward. All right. News time.
News time.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust. Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers comprehensive auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus, benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim, through the repair process, to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Visit EnduranceWarranty.com for your fast free quote today. That's EnduranceWarranty.com.
It's time to hump the news with Rob Humphrey.
He's not a genius.
Okay. It's not a super heavy news week. We're going to do a little something here shortly, but I wanted to get a few quick mention things out of the way. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the video game, they released some stuff, a trailer. They released images of a whole new type of killer clown. We've never seen this killer clown before. You guys can go to Bloody Disgusting to check out this article, or find Killer Clowns on, I don't know their handle on Twitter, but guys, my screen is still shared. What do you think of that design right there?
He does look pretty cool.
He looks cool, but I don't like it when they create new stuff for these games.
But why not? If it looks like this, Rob, honestly, why not?
Because it's not in the movie.
But these games today, dude, even Friday the 13th did it. They had Tommy tapes and Pamela tapes that they went further with the story.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it looks cool. I'll give them that. They did a good job.
Like if they remade Killer Clowns from Outer Space and had one of these in there, I wouldn't be mad.
No,
Like
I
the
wouldn't
movie.
either. But
All right, so be nice.
just maybe stick to the stuff that's in the movie.
It's all in there. It's all in there.
All right. I mean, he does look cool.
He does look cool. Slumber Party Massacre and Slumber Party Massacre 2. There's a 4K set coming out from Screenbox.
Well, that's cool.
Ooh.
I really like the original Slumber Party Massacre. I know a lot of people love Slumber Party Massacre 2, but it's just not for me.
I also I don't think I like it as much as the first, but I do appreciate the second one also.
Yeah, it's just not for me. I mean, I get it. It's fun and stuff, but it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
This was $37. Look, I mean, I know it's 2 movies. I know it's like a, 4K, all that crap. I'm not paying $40 for these 2 movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, 4K stuff is expensive, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd much rather get something else, and probably 2 things that I really want, for the price of this, or about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the trick with any kind of DVDs or Blu-rays or any of that stuff, you just wait for it to go on sale. That shit always goes on sale super cheap.
That's what I did with my Friday set.
Yeah.
I got that thing for like $90.
Yeah, I paid more than that.
Yeah.
I got mine for about 90.
You didn't even pay for yours.
Yeah, shut up, cat.
I did get reimbursed, but I paid about 90.
You laid it out. Good for you. That is a good buy. And you got a lot sooner than I did. I had to wait for that shit. Good for you. Violent Night. That was a movie that I thought we were talking about. They got 20 million in the box office worldwide.
Yeah, it's not a horror movie. I saw it this week, and
I have had a lot of people tell me this is their favorite film of the year, and I don't know if they're kidding.
No, it's fine. So here's the thing: when you get to the part where Santa Claus starts whooping motherfuckers' asses, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it takes a long time to get there, and it goes through a couple of different things. Where like at the beginning, it's like this not nearly as funny version of Bad Santa. For a little bit that I didn't care for, and then they introduced this sort of family that's being held hostage, and they're all assholes, and so then you have to watch them be assholes, and it sucks. And then Santa finally starts whooping asses, and when he gets the fucking hammer, you see him holding a sledgehammer there in that picture, then that's when you're like, oh shit, it's on now, and it's awesome. But it takes a long time to get there, and it is in no way a horror film.
It didn't look like so.
No.
It played at the beginning of, there were a handful of horror movies that I saw this advertised like before, and even in the trailer it didn't look like a horror movie, and it's like, why am I seeing this?
Yeah, I assume it's because of David Harbour. That's the only thing I can figure, but it's very much an action film. I will give them credit though, they don't hold back on the gore for the action. I mean, he's killing people. He's killing people with a sledgehammer, and you're seeing heads bashed. But yeah, it's not a horror film.
That's the trick a lot of these movies use too, man. They get a little detailed with the gore, and they think they qualify. Like, not always.
Yeah, it's a good time, but it's nowhere near my favorite movie of the year.
I might wait for it to come to streaming.
Okay, me too. Needless to say, since it's such a short news week, Rob, Bloody Disgusting. Megan Navarro specifically. She, I guess, curated a list of a holiday gift guide, 10 vinyl soundtracks for a horror fan. And,
good.
Okay, so we'll go down this list. I want to see which ones you would or would not buy to your collection.
Okay.
All right, Black Phone.
I don't remember the score to that movie. Probably. See, so the thing is, when it comes to buying soundtracks, there are a couple of things that will get me. One is if it's a really good score, then I'll buy it, even if I didn't like the movie. For instance, I ordered the Terrifier 2 soundtrack. I don't like that movie, but I did enjoy the score, so I'm going to buy it. The other thing, though, is sometimes, even if I don't remember the score, like in this case, but I liked the movie, I'll buy it because it's almost like having a little souvenir of the movie.
Yes.
So I would buy the Black Phone. Yes, I did not buy it. At least I haven't yet, but I would buy it. Yeah.
Okay, fair. I feel the same way about that. I have a couple of vinyls that I, could care less about what it sounds like at all.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is.
Yeah, it's nice to have it, and I'll throw them on sometimes. And I don't, again, because a score in a movie is an interesting thing, because a really good score, a lot of times you don't notice it right away. You know what I mean? It's not until your second or third watch that you'll notice that the music is even good, because it's doing its job, which is just heightening the mood without intruding. And I will, and I've only seen the Black Phone once. So I don't know. Maybe if I went back and watched the Black Phone again, I would realize it had a really good score, and I just didn't notice it.
Well, now, see, I want to point out what you said, that's not true, because the most intrusive thing I've ever seen / heard was Funny Games when that Screamo music hit. And that soundtrack was phenomenal.
No. I would not buy Funny Games.
I would buy Funny Games the soundtrack.
Kat, you would pick up the Black Phone if it was out there, right?
Yeah.
Because of the movie? Because that's where I'm at.
I'm pretty selective about vinyls that I pick up. So I don't know
Me
if this
too.
is one that I would need, but it would be nice to have, you know?
That's where I'm at.
If it went on sale, I would pick it up very quickly.
Fair. Firestarter.
I almost bought this one.
Really?
Yeah, it's John Carpenter.
Oh.
It's good music. The movie sucks, but it's good music.
I did not know this was John Carpenter.
Yeah. John Carpenter, Cody, and Daniel Davies all worked on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very good.
Nope.
Yes, I would buy the Nope soundtrack. I have not yet, but I would.
Look at that artwork.
Yeah, their artwork on the Jordan Peele soundtracks, Waxwork puts out all his, has put out all his stuff, and the artwork is always great.
Nice.
I have Get Out. I don't think I bought Us yet anyway, but I would get Nope, yeah.
Okay. People Under the Stairs.
No.
Ooh.
Really?
No, I don't like the People Under the Stairs. I've said this before. It's not a good movie. People just think it is because of nostalgia.
But it's a good title. You wouldn't get that just for the title alone?
No.
Even on sale?
No.
Damn.
No.
Someone tried to give it to you. No.
No. I would throw it at him.
Oh my god. What the hell? Phenomena? What the?
No.
What?
I don't know what that is. A goddamn monkey.
Okay.
I would get it, I think, just for the art. That's the scariest album art I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
No, I would not buy that. I don't even. What the fuck is Phenomena? Does anybody even know what that is?
No.
It's
just a monkey. Death Waltz recording. I don't
Death
know.
Waltz does a good job with their stuff too.
Yeah.
They do their stuff with Mondo, and they call it Suspiria-esque.
Argento, it says.
Oh wait, I have seen Phenomena is a good one. What the fuck is there a monkey on that cover? I've seen Phenomena.
I feel like I should have seen it too, but I don't remember.
If it's the movie I'm thinking of, it's got
Because I thought I
damn
had
it.
seen all of Argento's stuff.
I'm looking it up now because it's got I gotta look it up because I cannot remember her name and it's gonna drive me nuts. Jennifer Connelly is in it. Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is a monkey doing?
I don't
there?
know. I don't remember a monkey in that goddamn movie.
Huh.
What are you doing? You buying the People in the Stairs soundtrack, Mike?
No, I want this. Yeah, 15. But you wouldn't pick it up for $15.
Nope.
Come on.
Maybe
I
if it was
throw it
5.
at you.
I might buy this just because you're being such a douche about it.
Maybe if it's 5. The vinyl looks like it's a nice color down there too.
Right. Come on.
Yeah. No. I don't care about the People Under the Stairs.
Okay. $15. All right. Next on the list is Prince of Darkness.
I believe I own it.
Wow. John Carpenter. Did you say that he did this? Yeah, you said this is like one of his favorite scores, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kat, I'd assume you would be on the John Carpenter train.
Yeah, I don't remember the score for Prince of Darkness, but I imagine it was pretty good. It's like Rob said, if I didn't notice it, if it wasn't distracting me, I would take that as a good sign, and it's John Carpenter.
Fair. Possessor.
Oh.
Probably not. I don't remember the score from that. That movie was decent, but it was a little overhyped.
Fair. Rob Zombie's Firefly trilogy set.
So here's an interesting thing.
He owns this already.
No, I don't own this. I probably would buy this because there's some good music in those movies. I would not. The problem is they're selling it now as a box set, and it's pretty pricey.
How pricey, you ask? Damn, pricey. $165.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was thinking like $80.
No, Waxwork is charging some stuff.
That's too bad because I don't know if I would get it because when I listen to vinyls, it's usually like it's usually while I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
And I do better with stuff that doesn't have lyrics, but the music is really good in those movies.
Yeah, there's some really good songs in those movies.
Man, these look great.
Mm-hmm.
I might have just made myself want to buy something by doing this. I really would love to have this. Wow. Fuck me.
I can do without the 3 from Hell one.
They were selling them individually. I don't know if they still are or not.
That's upsetting. Look, they got the luchador.
Fucking stupid luchador.
Oh shit. No, man, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's Waxwork. They do it right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is there anything else on here? Oh fuck me.
I've almost bought this. I don't know how many times. It's the Scream box set. It's got the scores for the first 4. I
It's
believe.
on sale.
Yeah, the problem with me, I've thought about buying it a couple times, but I already own the first and second Scream scores.
Well,
I was like, do I really need to buy this? But it's a cool looking box.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's a really cool looking box.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm not gonna do it. Waxwork. Oh,
I actually saw that in a store the other day and passed it up.
Okay. And a bonus, Waxwork. Oh, they have their subscription.
Yeah, I would do this, but it's like I want to say it's like $300 or something.
Yeah, no. All right, so those are for all the vinyl fans out there. I think it's also cool, like even people aren't into vinyl, like it's just awesome to hear the stuff that's being translated, like all the different types of stuff that you can get from these movies. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
I might buy this People Under the Stairs thing, seriously. Last 2 things to mention. Scream 6, Melissa Barea says that they're calling it a sequel. It's not really a sequel. But next year's Scream movie is 100 times gorier.
So 5 Cream Part 2 is going to be gorier.
But that's scary, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not super worried about it still. Just
There
because I
are
know
a
that's
lot.
something that they say, you know?
Yeah, it is.
But they
We'll
keep
see.
saying it now. And it's really all they're saying.
Do you
We should
remember
be getting-
how many times we heard that about Halloween Kills, though? And I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that Halloween Kills is like the gold standard of sequel, but it wasn't nearly as like they made it sound like it was gonna be just nothing but blood, and honestly, that was not the problem I had with Halloween Kills. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should be getting a trailer soon, shouldn't we? Or at least a teaser.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be out in March.
That's a big deal, man. I'm scared again. I'm back to me. Now I'm scared. Fuck me. I don't know. I really hope they don't try, kind of like you said, Rob, it doesn't need to be Terrifier 2. And I really hope they're not trying to like have Ghostface kind of try and cut off Art into that lane.
Well, they're already giving Ghostface a gun, so
we don't know. That might be good. That might be cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't do it for the sake of doing it. So that's all I have to say. It doesn't need to rival Terrifier or anything. And this is coming from a Terrifier fan. Last piece of news is Shawnee Smith coming back to the Saw franchise. Cat?
I'll be back in if Shawnee Smith comes back.
what if the new Saw movie co-stars Shawnee Smith and Chris Rock?
I'll still watch it. I was prepared for it to star Chris Rock, and I was mad. Not about Chris Rock specifically, but just that we were getting more Spiral.
Chris Rock was not the bad thing in Spiral, in my opinion. Like, I thought he was fine.
There was not just one bad thing in Spiral.
I thought he was fine. Like, he was just Chris Rock. I mean...
Here's the thing. He was fine objectively. He was Chris Rock, and I think that was the problem, is that Chris Rock is not what I want out of a Saw movie.
I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, I got, like, a lot of people were complaining they thought he was too funny or whatever. I'm like, he's Chris Rock. Anything he does is going to be funny.
I didn't think he was that funny.
I thought he was funny.
Of course, I guess also if he had been funnier, again, that's not really the tone that I want for my Saw movie. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited about Shawnee Smith.
So you just hate Chris Rock?
I mean, I don't like Chris Rock that much.
Really?
Oh,
to be fair.
the man just got the shit smacked out of him.
She was cheering when Will Smith smacked him. She was like, yeah, give him what he deserves.
Well, kinda, yeah.
Wow.
No, I don't. That whole thing, because it's like Will Smith was clearly in the wrong, but also like
Chris Rock needed slapped.
He needed slapped. If you go on a comedy circuit telling that many jokes about someone that didn't date you, like, it's creepy and weird.
Mm.
And maybe someone needed to smack him a little bit. I'm just like,
Damn.
Everyone lost in that situation. There were no good guys. Also, I might be a little bit more bitter toward. I feel a lot less sympathy for Chris Rock post Spiral than I did beforehand. I think I got my hopes up too high because I actually liked him well enough before Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was gonna be a really good fit, you know? It was like he can bring a little bit of levity, but there's gonna be a lot of like unflinching social commentary in the new Saw movie.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's what he's gonna do, and that was not what he did.
No.
And now I'm a little bit mad.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're never gonna make your movie worse by putting Shawnee Smith in it.
No, I'll pretty much watch anything that has Shawnee Smith in it.
Yeah,
including
I'm debating that statement because she's going to be in the new Saw movie. So I'm kind of like, would I?
Yes.
You're alone. All right, so that's always good. You bring back legacy characters, and
Is it always good?
It's always better. It's better.
Is it? I mean,
Did
you already forget what happened in Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, that's the.
That's fair. But these are like real life. It's not like, like it's actually Shawnee Smith. Yeah. I don't know. It's really
That's true.
I think that's what the franchise needs. Like, they got away from Shawnee Smith way too quickly in that franchise. She took off. Then Tobin Bell fell out of it. And it's like, well, what do we got left? And
Chris Rock.
Well, there you go.
What they should do is just not make any more Saw movies.
I'm open to them making more Saw movies. I think what they should do is strike Spiral from the canon.
You don't get to do that.
I think it should be. I think when they release the next edition of Spiral, it should be released as Spiral, formerly from the Book of Saw.
That's hilarious.
Now its own book.
In the Book of Spiral. All right, guys, that's it for the news.
All right, I have a very, very special edition of Gabagool Mystery Corner.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. We have a recipe edition, and it actually comes in 2 separate posts. First up,
this is the segment of the show where I get made fun of for being Italian. Everybody.
That's not what this is, Mike.
That's what
we're
it is.
celebrating your cultural heritage.
I wait to see Rob's reaction usually on these.
Yeah.
Eases the blow slightly.
Okay, so I don't find the first one very funny.
All right.
I don't know what this is. I don't get it.
All right.
Fair.
And, Rob's not impressed.
No, what is? I don't understand it.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, we'll see if Mikey can
Whoa.
explain it.
Wow. Is that a condom with spaghetti in it?
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh. I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. I was like, what? All right, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's a condom filled with spaghetti and it says real Italian sausage.
Yeah. I couldn't figure out what the fuck that was though, so I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, the picture takes a second.
Yeah, I was like, huh? Mikey nailed it right away. He's been filling condoms with spaghetti for a long time, apparently.
Spaghetti and Italian sausage, I guess. All right, whatever. It's kind of funny. Stop sending these. Like, what are we doing? This is the second thing spaghetti has been put into.
Yes, but Mikey, I think you'll like the second one.
A second? Why do I have to have 2 of them?
Because I think you'll appreciate the second one. I wanted to send them together. This is not a Gabagool meme.
He's curating these. Okay.
I got this in my last batch of entries. We might be above 5 again.
Wait, last batch? What?
Yeah, in my most recent batch of Gabagool memes,
batch?
I received this one. It is for Rob.
Rob?
Yeah.
This is my segment. What do you mean Rob's gonna... Let me see this. Oh, I've seen this before.
That's pretty funny.
I've seen that before. And I'll be honest, that's not a terrible idea now.
Oh, for God's sake!
It's hot dogs and see, I would do it with Italian sausage.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a good
Real
idea.
Italian sausage, or
you got to put some gravy on it.
It's sauce. It's not gravy. You did that on purpose. But
I don't know, man. I watched The Godfather. They called it gravy.
That's wrong. Kat so nicely sent a picture of cut up hot dogs pushed into spaghetti and then cooked. So
with the words, "You might be a redneck," which I'm assuming this one is supposed to go to Rob.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Rob, I have an entry for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and this was given anonymously by a listener, and I have to look up because they even gave a name for the segment.
Oh,
yeah. So I've got a couple of these. I've got 3 of them lined up from 2 different people. They came through, the listeners, when I asked for the redneck thing to take off, and this person has 2 entries. We're gonna get to one today, and they would like it deemed Huckleberry Humphrey's Hillbilly Hoedown.
God damn it, Leah.
It wasn't Leah. Although, how hilarious would it be if it was? I can't, much like Kat, I can't say anything. So I just sent a meme into the group chat. And this is the first entry of Huckleberry Humphrey's Hillbilly Hoedown. Would you like?
I mean, they're not wrong.
Would you like to explain it to our audio listeners?
It's so I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
in this
there's
one.
a lot happening in this picture.
I was looking forward to you explaining it the most.
So there's like a what is it? Like a little Tykes car.
Yeah.
And a guy standing sort of on top of it. And is he wearing camo pants?
He is.
All right. And he's holding what appears to be a lightsaber up in the air, and then something else in his other arm. I don't even know what that is. A fucking gun or something? Or a sledgehammer?
Oh, at first I thought it was just the second lightsaber. I thought it was like dual wielding lightsabers. But no, I think you're right. I think it might be like a bat of some kind.
Yeah, I can't tell what
it's
that
a
is.
cattle prod.
Oh, it might be. Well, he better be careful. There's a lot of water around him.
It's
So
okay. The
he's-
car makes him safe.
Yeah. He's striking a pose, and it says, meanwhile in South Carolina. And, I don't think they're wrong. I haven't been here long enough to see people behaving in this manner, but I wouldn't put it past them.
Rob, how many new patrons do we have to get for you to recreate that photo?
That could be our new shirt.
How many new patrons so we can start like a counter?
How many new patrons for me to first of all, there's no way I can recreate that photo, because while this guy may be a hillbilly, he's got tremendous balance. Because if I tried to do that, I would fall and crack my head open.
The recreation is a picture of Rob in the back of an ambulance with two lightsabers.
No, lightsaber and cattle prod.
Yeah.
Which I would love that picture too, though. Not for nothing. All right. So how do you feel about that, Huckleberry?
It's
Huckleberry
it's fine. It's fine.
All right. That's what you get.
I don't get. I won't get as bothered by the redneck stuff as you do by the Italian stuff, because I don't see myself as a redneck. I'm just a dude who lives in the South.
For now.
Whereas, you're actually Italian, and we try to celebrate that with you.
Yeah, I know. But no,
Yeah.
for now, that's what everybody says when they move down south. And then after a certain amount of time, that time being unknown, it varies, but it always happens. It will overtake you one day, and you're going to be shopping at the fucking Piggly Wiggly saying y'all.
We'll see what happens, maybe. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see. But, it's not my fault you dumb Yankees don't know how to live.
Oh, whoa, hey, oh. Wow. Easy now. You just found out about the Piggly Wiggly. You're not even real yet. Oh, no.
No, never even been in one.
Yet.
Oh, I'm going.
All right, is that it?
Actually, I won't be able to go because I will never find that fucking Piggly Wiggly again. I have no idea where anything is in the city. Nowhere. The roads are the most confusing roads I've ever been on.
How?
Dude, they turn and they merge and then they split, and it's all over the fucking place.
That's
so confusing.
I remember like living down in the South, we had service roads, and I thought that they were like normal service roads like in another state, but they were just roads that ran parallel to the already existing roads, and you had to like turn off of them to get onto the street where like shops were, and that drove me up the wall. I got lost so much.
Yeah, we don't have those here, and there's a lot of roundabouts. They love a roundabout in this town.
I wouldn't know what to do in one of those.
They're not that big a deal or anything, but
we have a lot of those up here too.
Yeah,
and
I just can't figure out where I'm at any given time.
My issue is I don't have a problem with roundabouts in theory, but like the people of, even though we have a bunch of them in Ohio, everyone seems to have never seen one before when they get on them, and they like slow down to a crawl, and I saw someone like a couple weeks ago have his blinker on in a roundabout, and I just about lost my shit. It's like, I've got to pull over, I'm gonna murder someone. Like, unacceptable.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. I just know it's confusing. And driving around here is also, it's like you have to be in the correct lane, or you're going to end up going in a direction you don't want to go. And that really sucks for me because I don't know, I don't have it down yet as to which lane I need to be in at any given time, And traffic is, believe it or not, really bad around here. Like there's constantly backed up traffic. It's a kind of a nightmare.
I always assume a place like that, it's just motherfuckers don't know how to drive.
Oh, they don't know how to drive. Oh no. Oh yeah, it's fucking a parking lot around here. Driving through parking lots, it's like the scariest thing in the world because these motherfuckers are unpredictable. I have no idea what anybody's going to do at any given time.
Probably actually he's driving through a fucking fire and rain.
I know. I am skittish as hell driving through a parking lot around here. I do not know what these motherfuckers are going to do.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with the roads. I mean, you got crazy drivers and drawbridges. There are fucking drawbridges. So you get stuck there for the longest time while a fucking boat goes under the bridge. It's like, God damn it. I mean, I don't know why the fuck we have a drawbridge. Why didn't we just make the bridge higher? What the fuck are we doing?
Fair enough. I don't know. Long awaited. Hereditary. I have never seen it. This is my first watch. As I mentioned earlier, Kat and Rob have been at odds. Anytime this movie's brought up, either they argue or one of them has to refrain. It's usually Kat because she don't want to listen to his shit. But here we are, guys.
Here's what I've been dying for from this episode. I've been very eager to find out what side of this fight you come down on.
I'm the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to get into that first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I think Hereditary. It was a couple of different types of a movie. At first, it was is this hard or is it a drama? And then it hits you with some horror. It hits you hard. And then it turns paranormal. And then the ending happens.
The ending sure does happen.
And you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I knew what was going on.
The ending, I see what Kat meant the whole time. Kat always stood on the sword of, this was a really good movie, and then they fucked it up.
It's an excellent movie, and they didn't fuck it up. How about
they fucked it up.
Well, I land on the side of the fence of, it was a pretty good movie, and then they fucked it up.
Yeah, but you often land on the wrong side of the fence.
That's not true.
That's the thing that kills me, because this was one of those movies, pretty much everybody liked it when it first came out. There was a lot of hype after it got its festival release, and then when it hit theaters, everyone was still really excited about it. It was at 98% on Metacritic for a long time, and I remember that driving me crazy because it was 2% higher than Cabin in the Woods, and I was about ready to kill someone over this for a long time.
So,
and it everyone, and then it was the people that didn't like it, the people that kept it from being 100% were I hate it, garbage, nothing redeemable. And it's I never felt that way about Hereditary, because the stuff that's good in it is really good, and I'll go to bat for slow burn horror. I'll go to bat for the first 90 minutes of this. It could have been exceptional, and the end was silly.
All right. So, Kat, this is my theory. Kat doesn't like Hereditary because Kat likes to be a contrarian.
No. I want to like this movie. Because the stuff that I like Toni Collette, for
She's
one.
amazing in this movie.
And she did really well in this. But even defending Toni Collette, it's I still have to reconcile the image of her banging her head up against the attic ceiling, which made me laugh out loud in the theater. I thought it was very silly.
And Gabriel Byrne is amazing in this movie.
I did not think that was silly.
I thought it was very silly.
I thought it was great.
The special effects, I don't think were as good there. It looked very mechanical, and it hit that uncanny valley spot for me. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I can maybe see that, but I still thought it was effective.
And I think this might be a testament to how well they did the build up to Hereditary, because it's like if I saw a scene like that in if I had seen that scene in Smile, right, I wouldn't even have questioned it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that checks out. It's like a weird thing that wasn't executed real well. But the build up had been so exceptional and so subtle and unsettling and just like unnerving to the very core, and I expected something great from the final act, and then Toni Collette comes out banging her head. I was like, the fuck?
See,
Like,
I think the banging her head thing didn't bother me nearly as much as the scene where she's like up in the corner,
yeah.
floating in the room. But at that point, yeah.
And it felt like just a bunch of like, and that's how I feel about the last like 38 minutes of this movie, is that it's just kind of like a mashup of like stuff from lesser horror movies because they couldn't end this on a mature note. Like, they came out with a very mature movie that hadn't, like, there wasn't a lot of stuff like this being done at the time, so they didn't have any idea of how to wrap something like that up, and so they're like, we're gonna have like a background paranormal shot, and we're gonna have like this we're gonna have Toni Collette like hitting her head on stuff. We're gonna have her we're gonna have a suicide that makes no physical goddamn sense. We're gonna have someone clip with like the worst CGI, the hovering at the end, it's like a perfect L shape, and it's like, that's, oh boy, special effects got worse. And then we'll round it out with like a fucking Burger King crown and call it a day after like 10 full minutes of exposition, and it drives me crazy because it's like, and it was another complaint that I got because people were like, oh, you just didn't understand, but they were foreshadowing the thing with Payman the whole time. And it's like, no, I understood.
Right.
Believe me, my problem was not that I didn't understand what was going on, because they explained it. They made sure that I got it in vivid detail. And that was my problem, because like they had laid such intricate, subtle groundwork that spoke for itself. And then they were like, hey, did you see what we did? Let us tell you about it. And it's like, I fucking hate it so bad.
I can see why that would bother you. I didn't feel that way when I watched it. And I was worried watching it to talk about it for this episode. I was like, what if I don't like it as much as I know? Because that's happened a lot on this show, actually.
It happens.
I think I like it more after rewatching it for the first time in a while. I think they did a really good job. And I don't get this feeling that the end all of a sudden just goes absolute batshit haywire. I feel like they build to it steadily through the movie. And that's just inevitably where we end up.
See, I don't feel like that's inevitably where we were gonna end up. It felt very forced to me. And I also
found it to be organic. I mean, as we watch Toni Collette's character go through her grief and try to do everything she can that she's doing, she's following this, and she's taking the advice of this cult, and she's being led down this path without knowing it because she's blind to anything that's going on around her other than focusing on the loss of her daughter. And I think the movie leads us down that path very well, and I do feel like it builds to that.
I will say, I tried, because a couple weeks ago, more like a month or so ago, when Shudder was doing its list, when it was doing the 101 greatest movie moments of all time, they talked about Hereditary in a way that made me wish that I were not being contrarian about this. They spoke very fondly of some of my favorite things about this movie, and it made me kind of upset that I don't like this one more. I was really looking forward to rewatching it because there's always that hope, right? Where it's like, maybe the end will click for me this time in a way that it hasn't yet. I will say today was not, we were talking about this on the Patreon. This was not my best viewing experience. I was having all kinds of internet issues. So my watch of it was very choppy today. I don't know if it would have helped though, because I do still kind of feel that same, the last like act just feels so disjointed to me. It feels like a totally different tone. And like there are slow burn horror movies that I think amp up very nicely to a more bombastic end.
Mhm.
And this one felt like it went from like 0 to 100
Yeah,
in that
but
last act.
you get that in some slow burn movies though too. Like I think of The House of the Devil, which I love. I think it's a great movie, but it goes from 0 to 1,000 almost immediately.
I feel like this movie had its problems in changing gears too, right? Or is that just me?
I didn't. I don't know, man. I didn't see it. I watched it. I feel like it flows fairly well.
Yeah, and the biggest part of that being with the mother, and she goes from we have to do this seance. It's the only thing that's left in life to do, and we have to do it. I woke everybody up at some ungodly hour in the morning. Which no, I'm not getting the fuck out of bed. No. But anyway, she went from that like driven to do it and demanding and screaming at people, forcing them to do it. And then next thing you know, she's like, "Oh yeah, we got to get rid of this bug." It's like, well, yeah, no shit. Like, how did you? There wasn't enough time or motive or anything in between for that to change that drastically.
Well, in between, isn't that when she realized that Joan had known her mother, and she found the photos of them together in the cult? Which, by the way, I don't know. That might be the biggest problem I have with this movie. What cult is taking pictures?
Thank you.
And
I mean, I get like if you're in like a hippie summer of love loop-de-doop-de camp cult, right? Then maybe you take pictures. But if you're in the secret Satan society, maybe you don't take pictures of those. But whatever. She found the pictures. She realized it, and that's when she started to realize something was wrong. But by that time, it was too fucking late.
But it was all stupid. That's my point. Like, yeah. I don't know, man. Either way, like if I found out that my mother was involved, like yeah, it's weird, but I don't know. It just wasn't enough for me to. It was the emotional connection of her having her daughter back, you know, and it's like I don't know. It just there wasn't enough for me there. Like her mind changed very quickly with all that.
I also wonder, and there are things that I wonder about. I spend a lot of time still thinking about this movie because the beginning of it is so well done,
That's
and I
what good movies
wonder,
do.
I wonder like if there was something that could have, without changing any plot points radically, if there was something that would have made me feel better about the end. And I do wonder sometimes because it's like if they had framed it more as either her story or her son's story, like if it had been just a little bit of a tighter narrative, if we could have seen more of those transition moments where she's understanding what she's led her family into, if we could understand like one character's grief more, but it's like I think any kind of change like that would have undone the beginning.
Because
the beginning's perfect, and it's like it's hard to.
It's an ensemble piece about the whole family, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really tell the story of one or another. It really focuses on the mother or the son. The father's there, and he has sort of his own thing, but it's not as much.
Which is what makes it good.
Yeah, and then the daughter's there too for a minute. But yeah, so it's, but yeah, I see what you're saying, and I think that probably would have made the second half better, but it would have ruined the first half.
It would have ruined the first half, and that I think ultimately is what kills the second half for me, because it's like I don't think there's anything without taking stuff out, without drastically changing the plot to make the second half fit the first half. I just don't see a good way to connect these two things with the first half as it is, and I wouldn't change the first half. It's perfect. Like they nailed it.
Yeah, the first half is great. I mean, all that stuff is but again, I don't have a problem with the second half either. I feel like, I guess, I think the bridge from the second to the third half is fine, and I think that's where you guys seem to have a problem.
The bridge was burned down, though. There was no bridge.
That was Gabriel Byrne.
No. And even
burned.
Which is a great scene, by the way.
To me, it wasn't even to the second half of the movie. It was like the bridge to the last quarter of the movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's like 90 minutes to 38 minutes.
Right. Yeah. And I understand everything Kat said all along.
Well, I mean, I agree there's a shift in tone between the two. But I think they build to that throughout the first half subtly. so that when it happens, it doesn't seem disjointed to me.
I wish I could feel that, and I tried today, and I tried even like the second time I watched it when it came to streaming. This is, I think, only the third time I've seen this. When it came to streaming, I rewatched it because I want to be there. I want to appreciate this movie because there are so many moments in this that I love so much, and I want to like the movie, but I can't get there with the end. Also, can we please admit, Rob, that the crown looks dumb?
Yeah, the crown it looks dumb, but that never bothers me because the crown always looks dumb.
Not
There
that
is
dumb.
kind of an inherent, like, if
Like
you put
any-
a crown on someone's head out of context, it's going to look
Yeah,
bad.
the
But they
crown
went
always-
above and beyond.
The crown always looks dumb and things. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's whatever. That's why when I'm king, I'm gonna have an awesome crown.
You're never gonna be king
Why you
What
gotta
if
why
he
you gotta piss on
was?
my dreams, Mikey?
because they need pissed on.
Maybe I'll be king one day.
Oh, I didn't bring it up in the Patreon show earlier. Oi!
Oh, damn it! No, you don't get to bring that into the regular show.
Sure I do. I forgot. There's my.
When
my
I'm king,
weekly
I'm
one.
making you the court jester.
I'm still say oi, motherfucker.
No, you can't because you got to make me laugh. And if you don't make me laugh, I have your head cut off. That's how it works.
Damn.
You don't make him laugh, you get a dumb Burger King crown for your efforts.
Okay. What? Let's talk about the death of the kid because obviously it's a big
Okay.
deal. I don't. The reasoning for bringing the kid there is the most ridiculous thing. Like, I like what they did. I just don't like how they got there because it's so insanely unreasonable. Any kid would have backed out of going to the, like, what are you going to do with this kid when you bring her to a high school party or whatever, college, high school, whatever it was? Bring her to a high school party with beer. It's like, you know what that is. Why would you bring a kid there?
Yes.
No, I when I was
No.
when I was in high school, I would have taken my younger brother. I just would have been like, go watch TV.
It's like,
You know?
it's a really weird situation because it's like, I remembering myself in high school, under no circumstances would I have brought a child to a party of one of my peers. Like, never, you
Oh.
could not have paid me enough money.
No,
On the
I
other
absolutely
hand,
would've.
as a kid, I did go to some of those parties where it was like you gave me a video game or put a movie on and I was fine.
Yeah,
Like,
and I had the older
So-
cousins who would take me to their parties with their friends.
Yeah, like I went to stuff with my cousins and like, so
Yeah.
it's from that side, it's like I know this shit happens, but like I also understand, Mikey, where you're coming from, the mindset, because it's like I can't wrap my head around being the one to actually do it though.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, go being taken to, oh yeah, that's a sweet deal. Yeah.
yeah.
But no one would do it though.
Someone has to though. Rob apparently would, because I've been at those
Weirdo.
events.
Absolutely.
Why would you take a younger kid that, like, come on?
Did you see that girl? He was
I
trying
guess-
to bang that girl, man. You're gonna pass up the chance to bang that girl because your stupid sister.
I am
wants to?
sure I will get another opportunity to bang that girl.
You know, you park your sister in front of that fucking chocolate cake,
Yeah, look how it
and you
went.
go in the other room.
It was also terrible. He's trying to get her to stay downstairs or whatever, and he's like, "I'll be really quick. Just give me like 10 minutes." I'm like, "That don't sound too good, bro. She can hear you." He's like, "I just need 5-10 minutes, please." Damn. He's not. It's gonna be a one and done with that girl, I think. But the setup, I as soon as she ate that cake, it was okay. Before then, I was really aggravated. But I thought they led into this really. That was a chaotic fucking moment, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Yeah. Did you see that poll coming?
No,
Neither
No.
did she.
you're an asshole. Wow.
I
But-
do think that was and this death was the moment that they talked about on the Shutter list.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. It was I think it was my favorite movie moment that year. Like, the way that it was executed is so good because, and it's one of those things where it's like there are a lot of horror movies where you have a situation like that with with anyone hanging their head out of a car, you're gonna worry about them getting like their head bashed into something else. It's like
Mhm.
it's a very natural fear. It's the way that it's framed, you kind of worry about it. But you're so like the performances in this are so outstanding. You're so worried about her being able to breathe that like it's totally just wiped out from your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't expect it because she is one of the sort of main characters in this movie. I mean, again, there's no real main character, it's an ensemble piece.
But it
Um,
felt like she was going to be.
yeah, and also she's a kid, and
Yeah.
we don't often see him kill a kid. I mean, it happens. It seems like we're seeing it more often. People don't care about kids anymore, I guess.
Because that's the line. It's
Yeah,
like, then
yeah.
that's what you do to go over thank God we're over the pet thing. Because that was
Yeah.
what it used to be, was to kill a
Yeah.
pet. We can kill a kid before we kill a pet, okay? I'm sorry.
Kind of on the same boat with you on that one.
I don't like saying it either, but there it is.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, we're seeing more kid death, but still, though, it still feels like that's something we don't see very often. So when it happens, and it's fucking brutal.
Yeah. This one, and I think how it's handled after is just, it's such a powerful scene.
Yeah, a lot of people I know have problems with that, but I don't think so. Like, to me, that works. It makes sense in a weird
Because
way, right?
you see how it goes down and you feel hollow and you're like, what do you do? And then you watch him be hollow and not know what to
Yeah.
do. And it's like, oh, holy hell. Like, he doesn't know either. Because usually that's the part and I think it's one of the most effective, like, horror movie moments because that's such like, that's where a story would come in and tell you this and this and this happens after, like, here's the aftermath. This is, we had an inciting event and now we have to deal with it. But he leaves you in suspense. Like, he goes home and does not deal with it at
No,
all.
not at all. Not at all. And then we
and
hear
it's
his
like,
mom screaming and wailing in the morning.
and you know what
Oh
she's
my
finding
God.
there, but you don't get
Yeah.
to see it. Oh my God. Yeah, that was phenomenal scene.
I think they made you feel it too, man. Like, obviously everything going on, it like they set it up great with the chaos, and then it stops. Like you guys got into it. It's just that silence. And although nowhere near as big of a scale as killing somebody, or playing a big part in it, we've all had that moment in life, where you're doing something you're not really supposed to be doing, and something really fucked up happens that is unchangeable, and just again, nothing on the scale of this, but I mean, I would think most people have had that moment.
It was weirdly relatable because it's like,
Yeah.
I fucked up, the end is coming and I'm just gonna wait around for it because like
There's nothing I could do about it. Yeah. Yeah, because and like I sat with him in that, man, because it came across so clear how big that moment was. Like, once it happened and he stopped and that silence hit when he realized what went down, whatever seconds you have, whatever time frame you have in between someone else knowing about this is the time you have before your life changes fucking forever.
Yeah.
And it was such a powerful moment with him sitting there. And I was like, damn, dude, you just drive home and fucking go to bed. But at the same time, what the fuck, man? You don't know what you'll do in that situation. And yeah, it was an interesting way to go with the scene, and they did it so well. I'm not mad at how dumb it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great depiction of how numb he was, or as Kat said, hollow. Just what do you do? You know?
And it also worked really well, like, as a transitioning into, because I don't know about you guys, I definitely thought that the girl was going to be, like, kind of the main character, one of the two main characters, because up until that point, it really had focused on the kids, and she's seeing, like, the omens, she's seeing, like, the birds, and, we had spent so much time with her. So
acting like a weirdo.
I think that scene really helped transition it into an ensemble piece because I'm not sure I can think of any other movie that handles two separate bouts of grief so effectively at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
as when you're watching his face and hearing his mom scream. Like, that just, you feel like you're everywhere in that scene, even though you're not
Mhm.
really seeing anything.
Yeah. I love the scene at the dinner table when they're sitting there eating dinner and it's just quiet.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anything, and then the son and the mom start kind of going back and forth a little bit, and then she just starts screaming.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just so great. Toni Collette was amazing in this movie.
She really was.
She had to feel so fucking good after getting that out, for better or worse. That
Yeah.
was bottled up. The phenomenal performances, because everything came like that was bottled up inside of her since the second she screamed outside that car, man. And you could tell she just unloaded. And yeah, like they did a great job of putting you in it. This was a different type of horror movie for the the majority of it. It was just it was moods, and they put you in them and made you feel the severity. Like, dude, that's dark situation, man. It's like that. I don't think that's. I like that type of mental horror.
Yeah, it's completely driven on the emotions of the characters, and putting you in that sort of situation with them. It's I think it's masterfully done. Especially, I do think, and I will agree with you guys. The first 2/3 of the movie is much better than the last third, because it doesn't. It's not doing the stuff that a normal horror movie does. In the last third, it really becomes a regular horror movie.
I think that's one of the reasons, because like it's so powerfully emotionally, and it's so reflective of real life horrors where they're not like in your face tangible things that can be dealt with. I think it's one of the reasons why I would have liked the end to be more subtle. I know a lot of people pick on the end of the Babadook, uh because the creature just like lives around in the basement.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, but it's like that was a sillier movie all the way around, and it was a good depiction of what it's like to, because you don't always like conquer stuff. I think the end of Hereditary, I would have loved to see something more like, you don't know how active the supernatural element was, and you just have to adjust to things never being the same. I think having the cult and having evidence and letting it be tangible and go over the top, like it did make it feel much more like other horror movies that we were already seeing.
Yeah,
And
but
that
I
was,
still don't. I don't think it was bad though. Like, I don't think it was a bad version of those horror movies. The Babadook is interesting. I don't know if I like that movie or not. I haven't seen it in a long time. I thought I really liked it, but I don't know.
I really liked it because, like, again, the end. Like, I think how you end a movie, that's, and maybe it's hard for me to say because I had a lot of issues with like the visual effects in the last part of this movie. But so I'm not sure I agree with you that it wasn't a bad version of this kind of horror movie. I will say it's not the worst version of this kind of horror movie that we've gotten. But it does carry the weight of the disappointment that that's not how I wanted this to resolve, because up until then it had been something just so unique and powerful, and I don't know, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. What we got was just like another supernatural cult monster thing. And then like I got into it a little bit with people where they're like, it's still different because, they succeed and payment takes on the new form and stuff. And it's like, no, like that's not enough of a, we've just switched genre of movie. I'm not going to be upset that, or I'm not going to be like happy that payment has won and take that as
Yeah.
a surprise.
I guess I also love a good cult movie though, so maybe that's just part of it. My own bias towards the cult films.
But they're always bad.
They're
No,
not
they're not.
always bad.
They're
Like there are
usually
some good
bad.
cult films.
There are.
Cult horror movies can be bad though.
Yeah, they are.
They
There are some
can
really good
be.
movies that aren't horror about cults.
I don't know. They're usually bad. I didn't like the cult aspect of this one either. It's just fucking weird, man. Like I don't. I don't think it was needed. And I think they did a good enough job at the paranormal stuff that it definitely wasn't needed. Like, it would have been a lot better if it was just some demon that she let in. And they could have did without all that shit. Because,
well, I mean, it was a demon that she let in.
yeah, but but get the cult crap. Like, it was a 2-hour movie. It didn't need that. Just take it out.
Mikey, when I have my cult and it comes to an end, somebody's gonna make a really good movie about it.
I believe that a little bit. Some part of me is, the over under on that isn't too far away from each other. That's
when he becomes king, you mean?
My God. But no, and that's the thing too. They really didn't. Like Kat said, this isn't the worst type of movie we've gotten like this, especially in the paranormal realm. Like, they didn't do the Conjuring Insidious route. Like, they, for the most part, I even noted each seance. Like, I wanted to compare because I figured, okay, in Conjuring stuff, sometimes they'll do it right once and then they'll fuck it up when they have to do it again. And they didn't really fuck it up too bad. Like, they had the first seance with Joni, whatever the hell. And, it was subtle. It was cool. I feel like things progressed a little fast. Like, that's usually when you conjure a ghost, they can maybe kind of sort of move something. Like, this is just, they're full on drawing pictures and writing notes. That's a little much. But the point is the tone. They kept it tied to reality in certain ways.
Yeah. I get what you guys are saying. I disagree with it, I guess. Slightly. Because I'm not bothered by the ending or where the movie went.
How could you not be?
I do also wonder sometimes, because I have a very tough time. I'm harsher on films that get a lot of hype. And it's not like I waited a long time to see this, but just the festival reviews for this were all over the place. So even by the time, I think I went to see it opening week, like I went to see it that weekend. And it's like, even by that time, there was so much stuff being said about this movie. It was supposed to revolutionize the genre. We always talk about the whole scariest film since The Exorcist thing. I think Hereditary was the first movie I ever saw in theater that had that kind of promotional gag, and it's like, I do wonder, if it hadn't been so hyped up, if I would have been as harsh on it as I was. But this was a thing, because even after I saw it, when Hereditary came out, I was still curating a horror blog. I lost almost 1,000 followers because I didn't like Hereditary, and it's like, I can't back down on this one, you guys. I just can't.
Well, Kat, Mikey, and I hate to inform you, but this is going to be your last episode of Slasher Radio.
Hereditary curse. No, and that's part of it too. Yeah, I don't blame you. But that was part of it too, and that's why I'm just now watching it, because everyone that first wave of everybody talking about, okay, cool, but they were saying this was the best horror movie in however many. They're like, all right, once I hear that, I'm like, no, it's fucking not. I didn't even see it yet, and I know it's not, and it makes me not want to see it. And now having seen it, it's not. It doesn't live up to it at all. It doesn't.
Counterpoint. It is.
Oh, stop it.
I do wonder though, if I had seen this at the festival, if I hadn't heard anything about this, if just that first 90 minutes, if I would have walked away remembering the emotional resonance and the the decapitation scene and Toni Collette, and I would have walked away thinking this is the best horror movie of all time, because when you're not expecting it and something like this creeps up on you, it's like, I understand wanting to praise it, I get it.
People also get festival goggles, right? Whenever you see something at a festival, you come away thinking it was so great because it was a festival screening. Not many people have seen it yet. You're just excited to have seen it. It's a real phenomenon that happens. So you got to be real careful with what people say coming out of festivals.
That's fair. But I do wonder though, if I had been in the first wave of this, if I might not have liked it better, because it's got so many elements that are
Right.
so good.
But that hype is not the movie's fault.
It's not the movie's fault, but it did make me look at it, I think, under a more critical lens, and I wish that it held up better under that lens.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it could have been better, and it would have lived up to it. And maybe the build to it wasn't there, but it still doesn't live up to it. It's not that good.
It could have been better, says the guy who likes Halloween Resurrection. Jesus Christ.
I'd rather watch Resurrection than
This film is a fucking masterpiece.
Oh, come on. No, it's not. Look, they did stuff. God damn it. They did certain things really, really well, but the slow burn thing, you guys know how I feel about it. I think it was a good slow burn, but the fact that it's a slow burn and the ending isn't worth it, it automatically is ruled out of masterpiece.
I do think that's it's like a genre risk that you take. If you make a slow burn horror movie, the end has to pay off. The end has to be the best.
I feel like Mikey has ADHD.
I feel like I do too, but that's besides the
Just
point.
sit down and watch the fucking movie. Shut up. Jesus Christ.
I'm watching it, but it's not paying. It didn't pay off no matter what.
It pays off. How does it not pay off?
I got no ending, like no resolution to anything.
Sure you did. Payman won. The cult won.
But it shouldn't be a cult. It was stupid. Like they met in a fucking treehouse. Like, what the hell are we doing here? What kind of a cult demon king meets in a fucking treehouse? You know I'm right. There's like the little rascals of the demon world. Like, it's not okay.
Come on.
That's what it was. There's no need. Paranormal Activity had a better ending than this. I said
no
it.
bullshit. Bullshit.
It did. It did. At least Toby won. Like, Toby won, man.
Payman won.
Payman had a fucking Burger King birthday in a treehouse.
But at least his name ain't Toby.
You got me there.
Fucking Toby.
What say you to that, Kat?
I will say the end of Paranormal Activity at least matches the tone of Paranormal Activity better. Like, that feels like I think they did a better job setting the stage for the end of Paranormal Activity, and to its credit, that was the best part of the whole movie. Like, I I felt like something was built up to. I got it. It ended. That was fine.
I disagree. I disagree.
God.
You watch the entirety of Paranormal Activity and nothing happens, and then in the last 15 seconds something happens. That doesn't mean the ending matches the fucking rest of the movie.
It means the ending to that was better than this.
No, it doesn't. You guys are wrong. The bridge is built from where we start to where this movie ends. It's all laid out.
Paranormal Activity was better than this movie.
I'm ignoring you.
But don't you ignore me all you want. I mean it. I'm dead ass serious.
You need medication.
It's true. I know Kat's not going to back me on that part, but I stand by it. That's fine.
Get there.
I'm gonna the same guy I hired to kill Chris. I'm hiring to kill you.
Holy shit!
It's a weird moment though, because I do feel like because the end is the last thing that you see in a movie, and it's like, man, I remember being relieved at the end of Paranormal Activity and
because it was
heartbroken
over.
at the end of Hereditary, and it's like, man, but no, I can't back you that far, Mikey.
That's fine. I'll stand on the hill alone.
All
Go
right.
ahead. All right. I mean, I don't even know how we can compare the two. Jesus Christ, what are we doing?
We can compare the ending.
This movie's got fucking Toni Collette, who should have won an Oscar for this fucking performance.
Do you know how broken my brain would have been if Toni Collette had gotten an Oscar nomination? It would have been, because it's like she deserved it, but if Hereditary had won at the Oscars, I would have just lost my shit. I don't think I would have been able to handle that.
There's absolutely no reason she didn't get a nomination other than the fact that the Academy hates horror. Because she's great.
If they had cut out the last act, they could have called it a drama. Toni Collette could have won, and everyone could have moved on.
I have a note about that, actually, in trivia.
I don't know, man. That was I don't know how. I don't have any words for it. It was just dumb. There was
man. I just don't have the problem with it that you guys do. I think I think they earn the ending, and but I do have a note in trivia that will back you guys up.
Nice.
Figure. Yeah. I don't know. Why did the fire when she threw the book in there switch from her to him?
Because the demon had already been. So the book, I don't fucking know.
There you go. That's the
I'm drunk. I don't know.
I mean, I was like, what the
I'm
hell?
Bud Light drunk. How the hell can I make sense of stuff?
I don't
Must
know.
have had a lot of Bud Lights.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through this fucking big case I bought of them so I can go get something that tastes good.
I like the idea of you in a liquor store and you're like, oh man, I need something that can tide me over until I can find better liquor. I'm just gonna buy 200 Bud Lights.
I bought a case.
How much is a case?
24.
Can you get Bud Light drunk multiple times on 24? I genuinely don't know. I
haven't
drink
been Bud Light drunk until tonight, so no is the answer.
Okay. Good to know.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you got there. I just the last thing I wanted to note was I really wanted that I had left is that they did a really good job with the paranormal stuff. Like you shit on about other things. Their paranormal stuff was really good, and they had some subtlety. Like even towards the beginning of the movie, where what's her name's mom is in the corner. Like that was really subtle. Like it wasn't over the top. It didn't have a demon face at the fucking, and float away. They kept it realistic, and that's what I liked about it. Even when she was up in the corner, like you guys had mentioned earlier, like she's up in the ceiling. I don't know. It was something about it where usually I roll my eyes at that stuff, but they did it well. They didn't like go too far with it.
What I do like about that is the subtlety. Because she's just there.
Yeah.
There's nothing, her head's not spinning around. There's no fucking stupid jump scare.
She's not banging her head on
or any of that.
anything.
She's just there. And so I mean I bet there are people who have seen this movie who never even noticed that she was there.
Yeah.
Because she's just in the background of the scene. And so I think that's really well done.
Yeah. And Kat, I don't know what that scene when she was banging her head, when they cut to that, because I thought she was just banging on it. She was banging her head. I said, holy shit.
I don't know. It just drove me up the wall.
I thought that was crazy.
It made me want to bang my head on something.
Dude, if you walked into a room and seen somebody doing that would scare the fuck out of me.
You guys
anyway.
are driving me up a wall. You make me want to drink some Bud Light.
That and also this top X, because instead of old man ass, I got old man peach. Why were they naked old people?
Because it's a cult. Cults are naked. Everybody knows that.
No, there's not. I could not imagine. My brain broke.
My cult's gonna be naked.
I remember coming out of the theater, and it was like I understand the like seeing the whole naked old people thing was like I could see how this would be very unsettling and a tone for the beginning of the movie, but like I was just there was so much other stuff going on that I didn't feel uneasy. I just felt broken. It's like, why did I have to see this?
Yeah. I agree. Shame on you, Rob.
Shame on you guys.
Do you guys want to get into the trivia and the ratings and all that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you that Rotten Tomatoes has pissed me off today. Again, we're gonna have to re-horror court Rotten Tomatoes for their Hereditary rating. But I have them up and ready. Rotten Tomatoes, the official tomato meter has Hereditary at a 90%. It has an audience score of 69%.
What?
Nice.
90. No. No.
So stupid.
IMDb has it at a 7.3, which seems closer to me. As to the reviews,
You guys are not gonna like my Portnoy.
I'm not gonna like your
my
Portnoy.
God.
I will say, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is the first week in a while I don't have. Sometimes we talk about a movie and I find myself like tilting the Portnoy a little bit, like a few points in one direction or the other. You'll sway me a little bit. I didn't even write a Portnoy down for this. I have so many fucking numbers scratched out on my notes. This one, trying to assign a score to this one just broke my brain. And you know what? Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb did not help.
Yeah.
I do have a couple reviews though. I knew that we were going to be talking about this one for a little bit longer, so I chose one good one, one bad one. I chose the most interesting, as opposed to the highest and lowest, which is usually what I try to do. Our good one first, 9 out of 10, Hell on Earth. Conveniently located in Ingulala, the land of evil, this is a tale of hellish proportion reminiscent of a merging between Babadook and Rosemary's Baby. Very well played out are fears and feelings and culminating into full-fledged horror. The horrors are brought by groups of evil for sure. Horror plating to the extreme. And I say extreme because there are lots of accents in this word that I don't think are normally there. It is short by 1 point only from perfection. This is from Circula Marsh on
I hate the
IMDb.
way that was worded.
Horror plating? Is that
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
that broke it to
An
the extreme?
and short of perfection by only 1 point. Fuck off.
Short by 1 point only from perfection.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Whatever your stupid username was.
I agreed with him.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not an asshole.
Yeah.
I will say I think that a combination of the Babadook and Rosemary's Baby is an apt description of this movie, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's not as good as either one of them.
It's better than both.
No. What?
Wow.
Okay, I knew that you were going to say that about the Babadook, but Rosemary's Baby?
I love Rosemary's Baby. It's a great movie, but it's not quite as good as
Oh my
Hereditary.
god.
That's fucked up.
Unbelievable. Horror Court for Rob. The bad review. Honestly, I almost read this at the beginning because I agree with this guy so much. PJ Taylor 96138044 says of Hereditary, the more I think about it, the less I like it. The first 2/3 of Hereditary 2018 are essentially a drama that deal with poignant themes of grief and accompanying guilt using horror genre language, which is an interesting move that allows for unique expression of the severity of these emotions. It is these moments that are most effective as they tap into a universal fear and experience in a very realistic way that isn't necessarily used to frighten, but used to create emotional attachment to the characters, and may perhaps elicit a genuine emotional response. Yet I can't easily name another movie that falls apart so heavily thanks solely due to its ending, which intends to pull the rug out from under its audience, and does so successfully, but comes at the cost of logic, investment, and most importantly, scariness. Instead of recontextualizing the flick, as one that embraces new elements and intending reading in retrospect, it forces nonsensical and previously unconsidered elements via clunky exposition, no less, to frustrating and sometimes unintentionally funny effect. It honestly changes the entire affair for the worse, dampening the effect of all that came before until the memory of any success all but fades. It's annoying, too, because the potential was there and I was definitely willing to put the effort in, eager to delve into the experience with an open mind and watchful eye. I found my willingness to approach the film from an intellectual standpoint, as well as to give it the benefit of the doubt on a number of occasions, not to be rewarded, to say the least. The more I think about this picture, the less I like it.
Blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, PJ Taylor, a bunch of numbers. You can eat a candy bar out of my ass.
He's right,
no.
though.
Come on. I challenge that candy bar.
I got a double bar, the Twix, right there for you, buddy.
It's nasty.
Twix.
But come on, man. You can't. The candy bars are they're few and far between that they're handed out. You cannot be biased just because you didn't like it. He didn't say anything wrong.
He said everything wrong.
Everything he said's correct.
No, everything he said is that cat wrote that bullshit. Good Lord.
That's fucked up, man. We're gonna hand it out a candy bar in a minute. I apologize, PJ. Bunch of numbers. I'm sorry.
Fuck you, PJ. Your numbers.
You nailed it, PJ. You're fine.
Poor PJ.
All right. Are we ready for trivia?
Yeah. Let's
All
do some
right.
trivia.
So, estimated budget $10 million. U.S. and Canadian gross was $44 million. Worldwide was 82.5.
Damn.
So here we go. Here's the piece of trivia that I said kind of backs up what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Ari Aster had originally written this film to be a straight-up family drama dealing with the grief and loss one experiences with the death of a close family members, but he saw the potential of turning the film into a horror story, so he rewrote the script to turn it into what it is now. So initially it was a family drama.
See, there you go.
I believe
we wouldn't be talking about it on this show. And it stayed that way.
Fair.
And it wouldn't have changed the face of horror as we know it.
Okay.
Toni Collette doesn't actually like horror films, which is what made her hesitant at first to act in this movie. The only reason she took her roles in Fright Night and Krampus were because she saw them as more black comedies.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, the Fright Night remake isn't good, for one, but this is funny. I like this one. So a trailer for Hereditary was accidentally shown at the beginning of the PG-rated family-friendly film Peter Rabbit in Western Australia. It caused a small panic in the theaters with parents fleeing the cinema with their kids.
Damn.
The theater eventually was able to shut off the screen, and they offered every audience member a complimentary movie pass to apologize.
Damn.
The decapitation of the sister is very similar to a real-life event that happened in Marietta, Georgia in 2004. A young man and his friend drove home very drunk after a party. The passenger felt like he was going to be sick, and he stuck his head out the window in case he needed to throw up, and the driver swerved near a pole accidentally, and the pole's guy wire decapitated the passenger. The driver was so drunk he didn't realize what happened, and he drove home, parked in his parents' driveway with his decapitated friend in the backyard, or in the back of the car, or I guess in the passenger seat of the car, and he went inside to sleep for the night.
Okay, so I had heard that,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not realize that he went to bed. I didn't I realized that the death was the same, and I had heard that he made it home, but was he not going to drop his friend off at any point? Like, what?
Well, maybe not. Maybe his friend was going to crash his place or something.
And he just didn't fucking notice. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God.
In an interview, Alex Wolff explains that he wanted to actually break his own nose for the scene where his character slams his head into the desk.
Oh God.
Ari Aster said no and told Wolff they'd give him a soft cushion desk for the scene. When it was time for the scene to be shot, Wolff slams his head into the desk only to discover that the top was foam, but the bottom was hard, and he dislocated his jaw.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. The symbol that's shown throughout the film, particularly on the necklace that Annie and her mother wear, is a slightly different version of the real seal of the demon Payman, which is shown in old texts of demonology. The most noticeable difference is that the real seal, Jesus Christ, has 4 figures instead of the film's 3. The symbol was changed for the film because it's considered bad luck to use real demonic/religious symbolism in films, and films who have used real demonic or religious symbols, such as The Exorcist, The Omen, and Rosemary's Baby, have infamously been plagued by accidents and hardship.
I was just going to ask if that was what went wrong with The Exorcist.
Yep. So that is the trivia.
All right. Well, it's kind of a straightforward movie, It's
yeah.
I didn't expect much coming from it.
Yeah, not a lot of trivia.
Yeah, poor guy in his jaw, though. Damn.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, right? Offer to break your nose, and they say no, and then you dislocate your jaw.
It's like what he really wanted all along. Poor guy. Oh. All right. Are we doing port noise for this bitch?
We are.
I don't know how. I've been all over the map on this one, and I've said that before. I don't think I've ever had a range of scores this wide as for Hereditary.
I believe Kat said this not that long ago, that for her notes she had the title of the movie and then just a Portnoy.
Yeah.
And that's what I have here.
Oh boy.
For Hereditary. And I feel pretty good about it.
I'm
All right.
afraid to ask, but do you want to start?
Yeah, because I don't know where I'm at either with this thing.
I can start, sure. I love this movie. I do believe that it's I don't know that it changed horror, but I do believe that it was a movie that led a change in horror. At least one of them, along with Get Out and some of what was Robert Eggers' big film, The Witch, I guess, around that time, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's an important film in horror. I believe that it is I despite what you two may think, it's actually a great story from beginning to end. And I think the performances are absolutely amazing. There's not one bad performance in this entire film. I give Hereditary a 9.3.
Oh, Rob. That might be your worst one.
Get out of here.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. It's a 9.3. As JP, as the not JP bunch of numbers, the other one said, it's just 1 point off of perfection, or whatever the fuck that dipshit said.
You don't even have it a full point off from perfection.
No.
And usually you'll help with my Portnoy. You didn't help me at all here. Because I just
my
know
job to help you. You had all
Holy
this time to
shit.
think of your own Portnoy. Come on.
Oh, I mean, I know the ballpark I want to be in, but shit.
Right, probably right up around high 8s, low 9s, right?
No. No.
Then you're wrong, sir.
No, this is egregious. I'm going to give Hereditary. Oh, man, this is hard. Because I hate what they did at the end. And that is the payoff, I sat my ass there all that time for the end to see what happened.
Yeah.
Right. And it pisses me off. But they did a lot really well. And when a movie can make me feel something, like I had to stop and regroup after that sign thing. Like I really said, holy shit. And had to pause, take notes, fucking I had to reset for a second. But then, it was just certain things that didn't make any sense. I'm going to give it. This is hard. This is really hard. I'm going to give it a 5.4.
Get the fuck out of here. You're just being a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
This is not a 5.4.
If this movie would have ended 20 minutes sooner, it'd be a lot higher. Dude, that ending was fucking.
Yeah, I got a candy bar for you too.
I know.
Honestly, yeah, this would have been. I could have gotten as high as 9.3, maybe even a little bit higher if it hadn't been for the end.
The end.
There's
really
nothing wrong with the end.
There is.
How can you say that?
Oh my god, you guys are fucking impossible. I swear to God, I gotta quit this fucking show to ease the aggravation.
Oh, Hereditary, this was the one. Wow. All right. Kat, did you land anywhere?
I'm having a really tough time because it's
hard.
I'm bouncing. I understand why there's a 9.3. I understand why there's a 5.4. I imagine my number's somewhere in between those two, but it's really difficult to so ballpark right now. I'm thinking it's got to be in between. It's somewhere in the 6s.
Yes. Okay.
I can't.
God damn it, Kat.
I really want it. I'm trying to get it up to a 7, but then I think about the end, and I don't feel quite right having it that high. And then it's like when I think about, because a lot of other movies, for me, a 7 is like a solid movie where I can forgive the problems with it. And I can't do that for Hereditary. But there are movies that I've ranked higher that I don't think about as much as I think about that decapitation. Like, and it's hard because moments like that make me want to rank a movie higher, but I can't forgive what Hereditary did to me.
I can't think of another movie that that hits me on an emotional level the way that this one does.
I can't either, and I want to rank it higher. I want to give it a 7, but the end, it left me with the end. Like, that's the taste that was left in my mouth at the conclusion of this film.
We have to
and
judge
it makes it hard for me. Yeah.
Yeah, what they gave you was just a little bit off of perfection.
No.
You fucking simpletons.
It was perfection that got ruined, and that's worse. That felt worse.
Yeah.
God, I seriously could land anywhere in the 6s. I think I'm gonna give it a 6.8. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel confident. I've been on this all day. Like, seriously, I think my lowest, let me get my Hereditary page back out again.
You know, while Kat's doing that, I'll give it a 5.6. So it's on the other half of a 5. That's the best I can do.
I don't feel good about it either, Kat. Like, I knew Mikey wasn't going to like it.
You know, I didn't like it also.
Yeah, come on.
I've been very vocal
but I thought
about
you would
this.
at least be reasonable.
It was stupid, man. They had a fucking blue light that went over the room when she went. Like, what the fuck was that?
So yeah, it looks like I scratched out a bunch of these numbers, which makes it kind of harder to read than would be ideal. But I had it. Yeah, this definitely has to be my widest range of almost 4 points. I had it as low as a 4.8 today and as high as an 8.7. I just the emotional turmoil that assigning a Portnoy to this film has put me in today.
Well,
and I don't feel confident about where I landed, but like I don't know how to reconcile the first half with the end. Like I can't get there. They feel like two different movies, which I guess is my problem with it.
Yeah.
But
well, this is not Slasher Radio approved, Rob.
You guys are fucking idiots.
This is also, I believe, the first time a movie has gotten a 9 and has not been Slasher Radio approved. Yeah, I'm going through now. This is the first time.
Cube.
You get Cube a 9?
I gave Cube a 9. I gave it an even 9.
You gave Cube a 9 and this a 6.8. Jesus Christ.
You sure did. Yeah. Okay. Cube is the only other time. And yeah, damn. I really fucked that one up for you, didn't I, Kat? I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that happened. Here we are with Hereditary. I feel bad now. I don't feel bad for Hereditary though. I mean,
I do have a question though. How close was it? If I had put this at a 7, would it have been Slasher Radio approved?
Probably not.
Am I the one that fucked this up?
No, I think I am.
Okay.
If you gave it a 7,
I would have felt bad.
It'd be a 7.3 instead of a 7.2.
You know, the worst part about this is that I have to record a show with Rob tomorrow, and he's gonna be in a mood.
I know that's gonna be tough because I'm not talking to either one of you for at least 2 days.
Oh well, I'm good for that. I'd clear that. So, I don't know, Rob.
Rob, what did you think I was gonna? I was the one that started the fight about Hereditary. What did you think I was gonna give it?
I thought you were gonna be reasonable. I thought at least you were gonna put it in the high 7s.
High 7s?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No.
I don't know, Rob. How you got to a 9 is beyond me.
I didn't. I got to a 9.3 because it's a great movie.
Whew. You should be ashamed of that one. That one's not good. That's bad. That's bad job. That's bad job.
I ranked it higher than the no, I ranked it as high as the IMDb thing. Never mind. Oh god.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Rob, she gave
You're like one of those IMDb people, Kat. Congratulations.
She gave his house higher than this, Rob. She gave Funny Games. We both gave them way higher than this.
Yeah, you both are crazy. That movie, fucking boring ass movie.
Okay. I gave All Hallows Eve higher than this.
Yeah, but you're fucking insane.
I don't know how.
Like, I gave up on you a long time ago.
Wow.
Looks like I'm gonna be joining you.
Yeah.
It looks like I may have joined you, Mikey, in
one foul swoop.
Rob's esteem.
Yeah, I don't know, Rob. You're clearly wrong on this. And you know what? Not for nothing. I'm glad it's not Slasher Radio approved. And it's not even to be a dick. It's because every fucking body who made a big deal about this damn movie and everybody who said, oh, it's the greatest thing and you have to see it. And I could have been, my horror world would not have changed. It has not changed since seeing Hereditary. At all. I've seen another average paranormal movie that for some reason added a cult.
Average. You call this fucking movie average? There's
5.6
no way
average.
with the performances alone that you could consider this movie average.
The performances are great. Yeah, but I mean they were also kind of bad in certain spots. Like, you know, here and there. They weren't always at the height that they reached. You know, so it's a 5.6, damn it.
I'm leaving this call.
You can't leave the call. That's Hereditary. See, and it was all nice until the port noise came around, and here we go.
Ooh, I should have. Can I plead the fifth on poor choice? Can I just?
No. You did the right thing, Kat. I'm very proud of you.
I hope you both are happy with yourselves, you fucking moron.
Wow. You can't just assault us like this verbally.
I will say my biggest surprise, because I had a feeling that you were not going to like this, Mikey, but I've been so wrong about my predictions lately. I was a little bit worried coming in. It's like, oh no. What if this is one of Mikey's favorite movies? I expected me to have the lowest score when I settled on what it was.
Yeah.
I thought that you were going to like it a little bit more than you did.
No, I liked it at a certain point, but god damn, man, the ending was absolutely like it. I just don't. If you're gonna do that, what do you want me to do about it? Like I didn't fuck your movie up. Like people filmed that and didn't say shit. Like, oh, let's just fill a treehouse with a bunch of naked people and give them a crown.
That's a good time. You're too good for a treehouse full of naked people?
Those naked people, yeah. I got other things to do.
Look, you just take what you can get, brother.
Not that. Ah, this is a fucking old man piece. It was ridiculous. But there we did it. It's over. It's Hereditary has been done.
It's been done.
And that's the end of Slasher Radio. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
I wonder what Greg think. Oh, did you see what Greg did on my Twitter today?
No.
Uh-oh.
Greg does not like Hereditary, I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. Well, Greg, I forget who I'm scroll and find it now. This poor guy, someone over at Dread Central, who I at times go back and forth with. Very nice guy. I'm scrolling to look and I can't fucking find it. Here's why I've been threatened by Chris with a taser. But anyway, so they tweeted about Orca.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, did I tag Greg in it? Here it is. Chad Collins over at Dread Central. He said, should I mess around and watch Orca tonight? So I tagged Greg in it. Greg replies with this gentleman, Chad, tagged in the tweet. Absolutely. It's a fantastic film that's better than Jaws.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Greg.
That's what he said. And I didn't even, I liked the tweet. I didn't even read the whole thing. I'm like, oh, I seen absolutely. It was like, oh, yep, there it is. And I liked it and went on. And then this guy replies with bold claim, but I respect it. I'm like, what? And I look back and I had a reply. I'm like, better than Jaws.
Of course you like the tweet. That's the kind of crazy thing you'll say, apparently.
But I didn't realize it. I'm going to unlike it right now. There.
After you gave this movie what you did.
I mean, come on, man. Better than Jaws. I haven't seen Orca yet, but I doubt it.
It's not better than Jaws. I've seen it either, but it's not better than Jaws.
Oh. So yeah, there's Greg. At least he didn't do the capiche thing. I'm glad he didn't do that.
Oh, he left that out, huh?
He did. He did. But yeah, that's Hereditary, everybody. Nesto also didn't listen to the episode. He's talking nice to me on Twitter, like I'm not mad at him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just came right out and said, "Oh, you haven't listened to the new episode yet, have you?"
Nesto's a busy man. He'll get to the episode.
Yeah, but I'm mad at him. He doesn't even know how annoying that is.
No, people always know when I'm mad at him.
Right. I made it clear he needs to listen and know, and maybe try and earn my respect back.
Yeah, because that's what we all want. Mikey's respect
is treasured.
I think he's learned from Rob that the respect of the Slasher Radio hosts is sort of a be careful what you wish for situation.
It really is. Because instead of respect, we get attention. we don't always want their attention. But that's Hereditary. Everybody let us know what you think, whose side you're on.
Oh, if there's one thing I'm certain of, it's that people will let us know.
Yeah, we threatened now again. But yeah, so that's Hereditary. Follow the show at Slasher Radio on Twitter. Go to our website, slasherradio.com. All of our articles, episodes, interviews are there. Make sure you are subscribed wherever you're listening now. And I think that's really go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Slasher Radio. We have not this week, the next week we have a Patreon pick again, and then we're all squared up.
Okay.
Because we were behind and it screwed everything up, and then you moved and we had to move a week. And
you guys could have done that without me. It would have been okay.
Yeah, but then Mikey and I would have been talking about popcorn without you. And you would have come back in time for some crazy movie.
Yeah. Plus,
because I consider, and I want this on record, I consider popcorn to be one of the nice picks. I appreciated it.
Yeah,
I'm not expecting 2 in a row.
No, I didn't have a problem with popcorn.
Popcorn.
Mikey's the only one who hated popcorn. It was fine.
I didn't so much hate popcorn as much as like Nesto for picking it so many times. like that's
I'm the one who talks shit to the patrons.
I'm not talking shit to the patrons. I'm just saying Nesto,
I don't hate popcorn so much as Nesto.
Like Nesto knows I don't hate him, but he made me hate the fact like Nesto, like I said last week, dude, if this didn't win once, maybe let it go, man. We needed to sit through this. I don't know.
His strategy worked. Eventually, he got the win.
He did eventually get the win, but look at what cost. I had to sit and watch popcorn. Shit.
Which I think is fine.
It is a treat.
No, it's not. But yeah, if you want to get in on all that stuff, hit up patreon.com/Slasher Radio. Support this show. And I'm at Mikey's Dead.
I just want to throw this out there for the patrons real quick. Next week, the patron pick, this is going to be our best chance to get a Christmas movie in. And I'm not saying we should watch Were-Deer or Santa Jaws. I'm just saying those are Christmas movies, as apparently is Inside, which is excellent. What's everyone's favorite Christmas movie?
I mean, Were-Deer does exist. I'm just saying.
Christmas horror movie.
The Gremlins is a Christmas horror movie. Black Christmas is a Christmas movie. We don't need like
We've already done Black Christmas.
Cat made it. We've already done Santa Jaws too.
Well, but it could be a tradition if we did it again.
Guys, everybody listen, right? Please don't make it a tradition. Because like that makes sense. If we do it twice and we do it for our Christmas episode, like it would be hard for me to argue my vote.
Mikey, I'll make you a deal. If Santa Jaws gets picked this year for Christmas, next year we won't have to do it as an episode. We'll just do it as a live stream.
I still have to watch it. What difference? I don't care how we do it. No, I don't know which is better.
I watched a pretty good Christmas horror movie today called Christmas Bloody Christmas.
I'd rather that.
And I'm gonna be watching that anyway, so I'm just saying, it's if you want us to do a seasonal movie, I try to pitch a seasonal movie anyway, and it didn't work out. Next week's gonna be our last chance to do it. I'm tossing it out there for the patrons, but I'm also okay missing it because either way, I'm watching Christmas Bloody Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I pitched Were-Deer I don't know how many times, and you guys kept shooting it down.
I was on board. I'll watch Were-Deer.
I don't want to watch Were-Deer. The only way I watch Were-Deer is if I'm forced by the patrons to watch Were-Deer, which
hint hint.
don't do that. Like, guys, I've taken it enough this year. This is the last one for the year, man. Like, give me one. Give me just one is all I ask for. Just
Nesto
one.
tried, and you said you hated him.
Nesto didn't try. He knew what he was doing. Just being a butthole with it. Out of all the movies to be persistent with, Popcorn. God damn. I think he only put Benny Loves You up once. No, he might have did it twice.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was a good, and if it was done twice, then you know what? Now Popcorn? Come on. Nesto. You're better than that, man. Rob, where are they finding you?
I'm on Twitter at RadioRob123, and you can listen to the other show that I do with Kat called This Horror Life, wherever you're listening to Slasher Radio.
You don't fall asleep again?
I don't. I mean, we haven't gotten there yet.
It's a good sign that I'm still on that podcast after today.
I don't think Ghost will let me fire you.
Probably not, because Ghost also doesn't like Hereditary.
Hereditary's bad.
It's a good fucking movie, you dumbasses.
Why you? Oh my god. Part of me wishes, like, I might go back and change my Zodiac board.
You son of a bitch. You're not allowed to change it.
Oh, fuck. Kat, where they finding you?
You can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. You can check out my website, catvelour.com. You can also check out the guest spot that I did over at Creepy and Geeky, wherever you're listening to Slasher Radio, pretty much. We talked about Tusk and Yoga Hosers.
Oh,
and that should already be out by the time this episode drops.
I am so mad that I didn't get invited on that. Tusk is great.
Tusk is so good.
Although, I mean, I'd have to watch Yoga Hosers again.
Yeah, I will say, because the advertisement, the spot, it was like, I need someone to talk about Tusk and Yoga Hosers. And right away, I was like, I will talk about Tusk. And then, like, after we confirmed the appointment to record, I was like, wait a minute. Fuck.
My brain shut off somewhere through here.
And like, as I'm putting on Yoga Hosers, it's like, I said I wasn't ever going to do this again.
Yeah. Yeah, but Tusk is amazing.
It was worth it to talk about Tusk. I'm very pleased.
But after you did that, you also messaged in the group telling me to do it.
Yeah, I did try to pick Yoga Hosers as the episode this week.
Why? So that validate watching it?
Yeah, so that everyone else would have to watch it with me.
You should watch it, Mikey.
Mikey might actually. Here's the thing. Have you seen it, Mikey?
No.
They do a lot of making fun of Canada, and that's not even like a joke. That's
and it's a Kevin Smith movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You should check it out in your own free time and leave me out of it.
Oh no, if I'm watching it, it's for this, but
and it's got Justin Long.
It's a hockey movie. Rob, why don't you like it?
It sucks.
They got a Canadian flag right in the middle of it. Jesus Christ, I don't know how to feel now. Now, we'll see. That's it, guys. We'll be back next week. Patreon.com/Slasher Radio. Yeah. Good night from Slasher Radio.
All the best with Slasher Radio podcast.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.